When the famous Egyptian pharaoh Akhenaten realized that he can no longer live in Thebes, having called for the worship of only one god, he had to choose a new location to move in with the followers of his new religion. He chose this location and called it Akhet Aton, which means the horizon of god Ammon, which is the sun. On the ruins of Akhet Aton, 3 villages exist today. One of them is Amarna. The city of Akhet Aton comprised Aton temples, royal palaces, royal quarters, and quarters for the living people, as well as royal tombs and ordinary tombs for the noblemen. Amarna site is one of the important touristic sites in El Minya Governorate. Mary Ra I was the carrier of the royal fan of King Akhenaten in Amarna. He is the owner of this tomb and also the high priest of god Aton. It seems that he was close enough to the king to be able to have such a nice tomb. He was keen on recording the visit of Akhenaten and his wife Nefertiti to the grand temple of Aton, as well as the representations of the daily life activities here in the tombs of Amarna. The tomb of Mary Ra I is the biggest and the most important tomb amongst the collection of the northern tombs of Amarna. The high position of its owner could be the reason behind that, as he was one of the great characters of the life of this sacred city, being the high priest of Aton in his temple in Akhet Aton or Amarna. He was also the bearer of the fan on the right side of the king, the bearer of the royal seals, the only mate, the hereditary prince, and the king's friend. Being the only high priest of Aton known to us, he was still carrying on his duty in the 16th year of the reign of Akhenaten and continued in service until the death of the king. The facade of the high priest's tomb reaches 30 meters. It was inevitable to cut the rock slope in which the tomb was cut to a distance of 6 meters to reach the desired level of the tomb. Its door is decorated with a cavity cornice, in front of which is a court 6 meters wide. It's considered a part of the tomb. That's confirmed with a low wall which the architect had built surrounding the outer frame of the court. This tomb is different from all Amarna tombs because of the existence of a chamber ahead of its hall. On the sides of the entrance there are 2 drawings of Mary Ra and his wife in high relief, accompanied by some prayers. Mary Ra is represented praying. Beside him are prayers written in blue hieroglyphics. A high rocky wall separates the chamber from the hall. In the representation of Mary Ra and his wife by the entrance, her name is written. She was called Tenra, and her title was the one who is dearly beloved by the queen. The hall of Mary Ra I's tomb is wide and luxurious. In spite of losing 2 of its 4 columns, it is still breathtaking and overwhelming. The columns end with papyrus capitals, like the rest of Amarna columns. The cornice adorns the whole upper ceilings except for the doors. The ceiling was originally colored with red, blue, and green. what's your name and where are you from?
My name is Alberto, and I come from Spain.
Okay, so how did you hear about Egypt?
Well, since I was a child, I always dreamed to make this trip. So now, for the first time, I have the opportunity, and I'm very glad to be here.
Okay, so what have you seen so far?
Yes, I arrived to El Cairo with my friend, and we had the opportunity to visit the city center, Tahrir, now the Egyptian Museum, and also Kal Khalil, and the outskirts. Nice, Giza.
All right, so you've seen quite a bit.
Yeah, not bad. Also with Saqqara pyramids. So yeah, I consider myself very lucky because of this tour.
And Tahrir Square, you didn't miss Tahrir Square, right?
No, of course we didn't, and we had the opportunity also to eat in some very typical Egyptian places and to taste this really tasty food. So we are really happy also.
So what did you eat?
Okay, full. What was the name of this?
Falafel?
Falafel for sure also, and it was really good also.
Koshari?
Koshari. I remember, a mix of different macaron, pasta. I don't know. Okay.
Kebab, kofta, shish.
Kofta. Kofta. And also we tried the shisha. It's like
Shisha.
shisha.
So he smoked the hubbly bubbly.
That's right.
Okay, so today you've been inside the Egyptian Museum. What do you think about? What did you like?
Okay, you could spend the whole day, visit the museum because it's something really amazing. But okay, we highlight the Tutankhamun galleries, also some old kingdom and medium era kingdom, and animals galleries also. Oh.
Yeah, actually, you're very good, actually.
Thank you.
Because you know the difference between kingdoms. And Tutankhamun is a highlight of the museum, that's true.
Mhm. Okay, my mother is a teacher actually, but I know that Tutankhamun is probably the most famous pharaoh, but not the most important one. So anyway, I saw also Nefertiti, Tutmosis the third, or another. Yeah, not bad.
No, not bad at all. You remember all these names. So, where will you go from here?
Okay, we decided to take the train and to go to Aswan, and then we are planning to hire a felucca and sail the Nile until Luxor, and then we will take some days to rest in Hurghada.
All right. So I wish you enjoy the rest of your tours in Egypt.
Yeah, sure. It's gonna be so hard to come back to the work after this.
Okay, so we will be expecting you to come back.
Yeah, definitely. I love this country, and for sure I will be back.
Thanks, Alberto.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye.
The third hole in the tomb was meant to have columns like the second one, but they were almost undefined. The only part which was dug in it is the middle part. As for the chapel that follows it, it has got less work than the one done in the preceding hole. Beyond doubt, adding a chamber in front of the hole has increased the luxuriousness of the tomb, but made it difficult to finish up the reliefs. On the southern wall, west the hall, there is a scene of Mary Ra being ordained the position of the high priest of Aton. In that important scene, the royal couple is seen watching from their decorated balcony, accompanied by the young princess Merit Aton. Below it, Mary Ra is carried above his friends' and followers' shoulders. Then he kneels below the royal balcony. Here, he wears the gold collars. 4 scribes are busy writing reports about the ongoing events.